I never thought I'd say this, but the day my son got suspended from school was the exact moment I realized I had raised him right. When the school called me, I was furious. They told me my teenage son had been suspended for fighting, and not just a little scuffle. He had actually sent another kid to the hospital. My first reaction was anger and disappointment. I had raised him to be kind, respectful, and to avoid violence. Hearing that he'd broken another student's nose was like a punch in my own stomach. But then, when he came home, I sat him down and demanded to know what happened. That's when everything changed. My son looked me straight in the eyes and told me the truth. He said, "Dad, I didn't hit him because of me. I did it because of what he's been doing to another kid all year." It turned out the boy he had fought wasn't just any student. He was the school bully. But this bully wasn't even targeting my son. Instead, he had been tormenting one of the most vulnerable kids in the school, a boy with severe autism and ADHD. For months, this bully had made that boy the class clown, the one everyone laughed at. He would steal his lunch, humiliate him in front of others, and even destroy his belongings. My son told me that the pencil case this boy treasured, something given to him by his late grandmother, was torn apart by that same bully just to get a laugh. And yet, the teachers hadn't done enough. Nobody had stepped in. The poor kid suffered in silence. But on this particular day, things went too far. During recess, my son saw the bully actually strike the boy on the head. The kid fell to the ground. While everyone else stood around, too scared or too entertained to intervene, my son didn't hesitate. He sprinted over, grabbed the bully, and pulled him off the boy. When the bully tried to fight back, my son landed a punch straight to his face. One punch, hard enough to break his nose and send him to the hospital. As my son told me the story, his voice didn't shake, and his eyes didn't wander. He wasn't proud of hurting someone, but he was firm in saying he couldn't just stand by and watch anymore. I sat there for a moment, silent. Part of me wanted to tell him violence is never the solution, and I did. I reminded him that fighting can create bigger problems. But then I also told him something else. Son, in this case, you did the right thing, and I'm proud of you. Because the truth is, we all want our children to grow up to be kind, but also brave enough to stand up for others when nobody else will. And in that moment, my son proved he was exactly that kind of person. So, yes, he got suspended. Yes, it went on his record. But when I think back to that call from the school, I don't feel shame anymore. I feel proud. Because that day, I didn't just see my son as my child. I saw him as the kind of man I always hoped he'd grow up to be.